This is 365 Sports, powered by Sikkim365.com. Welcome to the Triple Option. Here's your host, Paul Catalina.
Alongside Royden Ogletree, who's just a peach.
Oh, thank you.
No. Royden, what?
Are we live?
Yeah, we are. We're using
okay.
a different
system.
We're using a different thing, and so the monitor's not hooked up to that one.
It's like we're just talking over the logo.
We are. You're in an exciting time for the triple option in 365 Sports.
Yeah, tell me about it.
In a month, we're going to switch over what we're using to deliver the broadcast, all of our stuff all day long. But we have to work out the kinks first. So here you are on the shorter show.
There we are. Okay.
There we go. See, there we go. Thank you.
Jack,
Jack,
I just like looking at myself.
Jack to the rescue. So, yeah, you see, look, now we have, like a nice little border.
Nice.
And all that. So we're using a different thing, but we have to work out the kinks with it before
what the problem is?
What?
We still look the way that we do.
Yeah, no, that's not going to change. I could not, AI has not come a long enough way to, make us look better.
Yeah, we can't put a Snapchat filter over this yet.
No. We might, you know what? Maybe that's a thing that the full version of Streamlabs can do.
We'll make it work.
When we pay for it.
Yeah.
Just you and me as like a kitten and a puppy.
Yeah.
Talking the whole time.
We'll take the cow face and we'll just keep it moving. It'll be cute.
So, Royden, there's another exciting development, I'm curious to, and James Foster, thanks for hopping in the chat. Go Sun Devils.
Fork 'em.
Yeah. I bought a thing for the show that we're going to do, and all of our co-hosts will have fun with it because it is a punishment wheel for me.
Okay.
But there's going to be details on it, but we'll crowdsource. We're going to put it a lot of things in a hat, and there's some things we're going to eliminate. When we do this thing about punishments for me, I'm not going to get a tattoo. There's no good reason to get a tattoo.
No. Yeah, there is.
Come on. No.
Birth of a child.
Yes, there is.
Death of a relative.
No, I know Garrett has tattoos and he likes tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not begrudging your lifestyle choices. I'm just saying that the reason you do is you like it. That's it. That's the only reason.
There you go. That's fair.
That's it. But there's nothing I like enough that I would want it on me forever.
Oh, yeah. No,
So,
I've said that often where, I think of the Peyton Manning SNL skit where that kid's getting a tattoo of his face and he's, this is going to be forever.
Yeah.
That's
to me
all the time.
Now, look, maybe it's just because I'm not as passionate about things as, say, Garrett is, I guess. But
no, everybody that I know that has tattoos is like, why'd you get that? I thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
It's not.
I like it. It's art.
Yeah, it's art. Okay.
It's never
That's
about
fine.
passion.
I'm not begrudging your thing. I think it's great for you, and it fits your vibe.
Yes.
I don't have a tattoo vibe. If a person like me gets a tattoo, automatically I'm trying too hard. That's
okay.
That's the thing. If I get a tattoo, you're gonna be like, "Who you fooling?"
There's something about your polo T-shirts doesn't give off the vibe of tatted.
Yeah. This one. This is I got it in Hebrew. It means strength in water. So this one.
This is the eternal flame that will always burn on my body.
Yeah. No, I'm not I love seeing white dudes with tribal Tongan tribal tattoos.
Right.
That's the worst.
Little appropriation.
I saw The Rock has one. Yeah, that's what he is. It means something to him. When I was in Hawaii and you'd see these dudes and they got these, and they're beautiful tattoos. They fit. But then you see a guy who's just like, hey, my name's Colby. From North Dakota, I moved out here in 2019 and just really immersed myself in the culture.
Yeah.
You're like, maybe you immersed yourself too much.
You hit your head on too many rogue waves, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. No, you're not supposed to eat the board wax.
Yeah.
So, I don't think I could.
What's the Paul Rudd character from Leaving Sarah Marshall?
Oh, Kunu.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Kunu. Yeah.
Oh, the weather outside is weather.
Yeah. What's the name? Means Chuck. Just the database online.
Hey, can you go get a doctor? Yeah, man. Kudu.
Yeah, no, that's I did the last 2 years being in Hawaii. I ran into a lot of kunus.
Just been out there a little too long.
Yeah, like a little bit, or like there's guys that will say things, and you're like, oh, okay, where'd you grow up? And it's like, Philadelphia. You're like, okay.
Manhattan, Kansas. Why do you ask?
Yeah, exactly. So, by the way, speaking of Manhattan, Kansas,
look at that.
How about a transition? That's
we also never
unbelievable.
got to the Wheel of Punishment.
The Wheel of Punishment. So the Wheel of Punishment, we have some sponsors coming up. We're going to be doing some things, and I'm gonna make it to where if you go to these sponsors on this webpage we're about to release and spend $100, for every $100 you get a spin of the punishment wheel. So,
please, sir, may I have another?
Yeah, okay. I mean, so we're gonna have it. I believe it has. How many spots? James, the new intern, is over there. How many spots does it have?
Live math on the show.
12
nice.
spots. So once a punishment is done, it's dead.
Forever.
Not forever.
Okay.
Like if it's a good one, we might do it again, but we have to tweak it.
Okay.
So the things I'm thinking of, I'll do a show in face paint of a school that I don't like.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean.
Not just the symbol, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Or you can choose full body face paint or 7-year-old girl at church picnic face paint.
Oh, yeah.
Where they paint a little gator on me or
butterfly.
Make me look like an alligator.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's you're gonna
you can pick blue and orange split in quadrants, or you can pick 7-year-old girl at the church picnic face paint.
I just want it. This may be a little bit expensive, but you just do the show in the mascot head the entire time. Speaking of, is it Willie the Wildcat? I just want you to just be.
Yeah, that'd be
the sound quality would be horrible, but
we could run a mic in there maybe, but it still would echo in the thing.
Get a lab mic on it, you'd be all right.
Yeah, you guys I hate Halloween.
Right.
I hate Halloween.
You've many times said this.
Yes, pick the Halloween costume. Paul has to sit at a parade for 17 minutes.
17.
Well, listen, if it gets to 18,
you're going to freak out.
Somebody on a float's going to get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, and it's going to be a whole thing hey, why did you, beat up that kid with the crown? He was the first one there.
I just saw it. I didn't mean it to be a congressperson. It was just the in-line.
I'm sorry that I, knocked over all the Shriners off their little tiny cars. I just think parades are stupid in a way that I can't.
Their hats.
I can't quantify, and they made me stand here for 18 minutes, and it was over. So those things we'll have to do.
Of Manhattan, Kansas, though, what did I stumble upon?
Yeah. A former Kansas State commit, Dylan Edwards, who is then, when Deion Sanders, his youth football coach, by the way, got the job at Colorado and was their best offensive player, not named Shedeur Sanders last year. He is now in the transfer portal.
Was that the running back?
Yes. Dylan Edwards is in there, and I don't want to keep coming back to this. I think Deion Sanders is either on the precipice of breaking the mold of college football coaches,
right?
Which he might be anyway, but he is right now. There's too much chaos around the roster. He needs a core that's going to stay there for a little while and build the culture of that team. And there's too much in and out the door right now. And look, he was very when people are aren't you afraid of losing people, potential starters? And he's like,
no.
He's like, you aren't here watching.
Right. Yeah.
And look, I appreciate that he has like last year he said, I'm bringing my own bags and they're Louis. Well, he brought a couple of Louis. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People that are going to be first-round draft picks, even though Colorado went 4 and
8. Yeah.
8, yeah.
Now, he did also bring or open the door thinking he was going to get more Louis walking in the door. Yeah. And he got a lot of American touristers and some Target brand
some fakes,
I'm in Des Moines. My suitcase got mangled at the airport. I need to go buy a new one.
Right.
But I'm not spending $300 today. Mm-hmm. There's a Target here. Let me go get
some
this.
duty-free stuff.
Yeah.
I just think, well, also on top of that, Colorado is now dead last in 2025 recruiting for the new look Big 12.
Probably. I mean, they don't recruit high school.
Right. No, I think they are. And then the other Sanders, sorry if I'm blanking on his name, that plays defense. Shiloh is like actively being like, DM me for if you're a transfer, we'll get you in here. Brother, there has to be a director of football ops.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I'm sure there is a director
of
football ops, and I'm sure he's
just like, DM me to try to get to Colorado. I was like, I don't know. Maybe we should go through the proper channels for that one.
I'm sure he's like, I don't know. I don't know if this is like, it's probably like, thanks for the help.
Yeah. It's like, bro.
But I mean, could you imagine like both the Sanders brothers like walking in and be like, hey, this kid DM'd me. And they're like, that's not really the best way to.
We don't need another wide receiver.
Yeah. No, so it is. I think. It's just the way he's doing it. Again, he's trying to break the mold, but he's also not using all the arrows in his quiver. Right. Like he's just using the Deion Sanders arrow, which I think he needs to grow out from.
They're sixth, according to 247, they're sixth in the transfer portal rankings right now.
And look, I do think they are getting
better
Savion players.
Wilkerson transferring out too as well today. Like it's still a mass of people leaving. But the problem is that you can't just fill holes with transfers.
No.
Like you have to have, we've said this 1,000 times on this show, you have to have dudes that come in and learn the system and grow.
Those are your culture people.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the ones who
that want to be there.
Yes. Those like when you have a player-led team, which the teams that win are player-led teams. You get guys who buy in to the program and they're there thick and thin.
Yeah.
That's what you get. We're going to talk about Jeremy Roach going to Baylor in a second because I want your opinion on it because we had him on the show yesterday. And look, Duke, I'm sure was bummed that he left, but they also Duke has some guys coming in the door that
four and 5 star prospects, right?
That Jeremy Roach was going to probably slow down a little bit. So it was kind of a mutual thing where he needs to go and play somewhere that can help him get to the NBA.
Well, I think he laid it out. He was like, I've given everything I can. I've given 4 years to Duke. Yeah. I mean, there should be no animosity on him hitting
No, there's not. There wasn't. It's time for him to just try another place before he can get a shot at the NBA. But he was a culture guy for Duke. Mm-hmm. You need those culture guys. And right now for Baylor, it's Langston Love in basketball. And if you go to Georgia. It's Carson Beck for Georgia right now.
Right.
Because he stayed and he waited his turn through the last year of Stetson Bennett, through last year, becoming the starter. And he's now, he beat out Brock Vandegrift,
He's now a senior, right?
Yeah, he stayed there, and he's the culture guy. There's guys all over that are the culture guys. Alabama, for the first time, had a wave of guys that they actually didn't want to leave for the portal. But guess what? Jalen Milroe stayed. You know why? Because he's the Alabama culture guy. He's the one who's going to stay, all right, here we're going to tie this together. Yes, Deion has that with Shadur and Shiloh and Travis Hunter, but guess what? In 2025, those guys are going to be holding up jerseys next to Roger Goodell.
Yeah.
So you've got to have some guys that can. Yeah, 2 or 3. Shiloh will still get drafted. He's a good player, but he's not going to be in that phase of it.
No, not with Roger.
But no, the Shadur Sanders will be at the draft. Yeah, Travis Hunter will be at the draft.
Yeah,
and Shiloh will be too because. Why wouldn't you be? If your brother's going to be there. But, and maybe Shiloh will have another year,
do you think part of the thing with, and we've talked about this, I think, ad nauseum, do you think part of the thing with, getting high school recruits in for Deion is the threat of, hey, not now, but, I'm just going to go coach the Falcons in a year?
No, I don't think it's that. And I've seen people say that
the Cowboys are going to open up and
if he doesn't want to do high school recruiting, he should just be an NFL coach. Deion, I don't think has any desire to be an NFL coach. I think he really does want to be a college coach. And I think if he just goes to the NFL, that's going to be something that he didn't prove that he could dominate and conquer.
That's fair.
But the problem with not wanting to high school recruit is you can't do that. And not wanting to do it. And his explanation.
It's a sheer numbers game.
Yeah.
You're not going to get in enough transfers.
No, you can't.
And you could see it with their team. It's like Travis Hunter's running 1,000 plays a game. It's we just don't have anybody to back him up. He's the best player on both sides.
And the other thing was look, he said, I want them to come to my house. I don't want to go to their house.
Yeah.
But I can tell you for a fact the reason he's at Florida State is because Bobby Bowden went to his house. Yeah. You know, like that's why he went there, because Bobby Bowden went to his house. And Bobby Bowden did the dishes with his grandmother and his mom and, you know, told him he was going to keep Deion in church and all these things. Those things matter even if you are the biggest celebrity in coaching. Mm-hmm. Nick Saban went to people's houses. Look, I know he's trying to, like, reinvent the way that recruiting is done, but bottom line is, here's the deal. If Kirby Smart comes into my house, that's awesome. Great. I'm probably going to Kirby's house. Yeah. Taking pictures. Look, here's Kirby Smart. Here's Mike Norvell. Here's all these guys. Oh, hey, by the way, all those guys have come and visited you already, right? Yeah. Hey, what day is Smart coming? Oh, he's coming Thursday. I'll be there on Friday. Yeah. And then, like, all right, boom. Like Deion Sanders just made lasagna with my grandmother. Like, done deal. Like, I'm going to Colorado. Yeah. The living room is a powerful thing. And him not doing that.
A lot of promises have been sold.
Yeah. Him not doing that is, you know, look, here, I'll tell you my favorite living room story is about Steve Spurrier. Javon Curse went to Deion Sanders High School, North Fort Myers High School. He was one of the best outside linebackers and defensive ends of his generation in the NFL and in college football. But in high school, he was a wide receiver and a safety. Because why not? Who's going to stop him? You know,
I love that. It's like, this guy was a running back for us. Yeah. What does he play? Inside linebacker.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah. Because, like, again, he was this tall, lanky kid, super fast. Like, all right, like, our high school played against him, and they had one play. It was called Javon. Yeah. That was their pass play. Yeah, look, I'll tell you, in 1996 or whenever that was, like, again,
pretty well.
Passing wasn't really everything in high school football. You know, people were still running the wishbone and the I formation and
we were running the wing T in 2012.
Yeah, every quarterback ran the option, whether they should run the option or not. You know, like I remember our quarterback was not a fast guy. In fact, he ran with the linemen most every day. But he had a great arm, you know, and he was a really good quarterback. But we had option plays for him, and I just remember thinking, like, nobody in the world is going to, like, sure, go ahead. I'll stop for a drink while you run 5 yards.
I'll catch up.
Coach, can you throw me some water? Hold on. Yeah. All right. Bam. Skinny, slow dude. You know, and I would say that to his face, by the way. He's a good friend of mine still to this day, but he knows it. Yeah. But Javon Curse, and as a safety, he would just kind of sit there in the middle and wait for somebody to get past the second level and then lay them out and make them regret ever being born. So Bobby Bowden, honest to a fault, right, comes in and is like, son, you're going to be a dadgum linebacker. You know, the safety stuff is great, and I'm really impressed, but you're going to be a linebacker. I mean, you're going to be an outside linebacker. We'll put your hand on the ground. You're going to be a defensive end because one day – at that time it would have been Paul Tagliabue. Paul Tagliabue was going to say, with the 7th pick in the first round of the NFL draft, Javon Curse, defensive end, Florida State. Yeah. And Javon was like, oh man, I don't know. All right. I mean, really want to go to Florida State though, and but I think I'll go to Florida State. And then Steve Spurrier came in. It's like, oh, he's old. He's old. He doesn't see that, like, the safeties of tomorrow are all going to be 6'6". They're all going to be 6'6" and 250 pounds. Like, they call them the freak. You're a freak. Like, don't let people put you.
Davian Clowney coming over the middle.
Don't put yourself in a box. Don't let anybody put you in a box.
Right.
Javon, don't let yourself be put in a box.
Right.
That's a pretty big box anyway. All right. You know what? Chomp chomp. I'm a Florida Gator. And look, he loved being a Gator. I'm not saying he didn't, but this was the brilliance. This defensive coordinator, when Javon Curse, his first 2 years at Florida, was Bob Stoops. And so, the first day of practice, he runs like 10 plays at safety. I'm going to be a safety. I'm going to be a safety.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Look at me. I'm a big safety. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at all you little safeties. One of whom was Marquand Manuel, who's now an NFL defensive coordinator and an NFL player. Oh, look at all you little guys. Look at this. Put you in my pocket. All right. This is great. And then Bob Stoops comes over and says, hey, Javon, look, we're thin at outside linebacker right now. And, when it comes to coverage and things you got to learn a lot of things, okay? Got to learn a lot of things. And, outside linebacker, defensive end, we're going to just say There's the quarterback. You go kick his ass. Okay, that's what we're gonna do.
That's an incredible Stoops impression.
It's very good.
Yeah,
I did it. I did it in front of Drake Stoops last year at Bitch Media Days and totally fooled him. So outside linebacker, safety's not off the table. It's not off the table, but you'll probably start game one if you're an outside linebacker. So 18-year-old Javon Curse is like, well, I'm gonna start at the Gators. They're so good. All right, this is gonna be awesome. And then every time he's like, Coach, do I get to go back to the safety meeting room? He's like, yeah, tomorrow. And then the first game when you have six pressures and 3 sacks, and everyone's like, who is this freak? It's like, oh, it's Javon Curse.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I don't need to go back there and chase wide receivers anymore. I can hit the quarterback before the ball gets there. Oh, I get what they're saying. Finally, the lights been on.
I'd be paid so much more money.
Yeah. So that's my favorite story of the living room.
Mine
Deion needs to do that.
Yeah, long story. Deion needs to do mine, or just take the Harbaugh approach and I brought my sleeping bag. I'm going to have a sleepover.
Yeah, with a punter.
No,
that was the punter, right?
Not weird at all.
Was the punter the kicker?
It was a kicker.
Kicker, yeah.
He's just like, no, we can't talk to you until tomorrow. It's okay, I'll sleep here. What?
Yeah. No, I'm good.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I brought my sleeping bag. Okay, weirdo.
And that kid was like, all right.
Yeah, then he went.
Yeah.
So
I just had this picture of
all's fair in love and war.
Of the kid taking out his Xbox and be like, you want to play Call of Duty or? And Jim Harrell's like, oh yeah. You ever played Mario Kart?
Super competitive.
Yeah.
No, again. I got to get a positive KD.
Yeah. I don't want to be Princess Peach. What are you talking about?
Mario Kart.
This is nonsense. So.
It strikes me that Harbaugh may not be maybe a person that hasn't played a video game since Galaga, but was really into it. He's he knows all about Galaga.
Yeah.
Just a little too much.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break right here. When we come back, I want your opinion on Jeremy Roach and how he kind of reshapes not only the Baylor roster but the Big 12 race.
Yeah.
Which the top, Arizona hasn't made their move yet. They're probably getting the Townsend kid from Oakland, but they've got a. Kansas has made some moves. Houston's retained everybody but Shed, and they're about to get another big time player. And Baylor is building a roster. It's going to be fun at the top of the Big 12. This is the Triple Option on 365 Sports.
If your business is like most, you need things done quickly. But if you're still tying your critical applications together on multiple shared public networks, you've probably been feeling the slowdown. And that's no good for business. A private VPN fiber network can get you and your business moving at the speed of light. Whatever you need, we can build it. Internet, Metro Ethernet, Waves, dark fiber. We deliver custom private networks and are focused on business customers only. Our next generation 100% fiber optic infrastructure offers you low latency and ultra scalable bandwidth with speeds up to 100 gigabit to run your critical applications. Your connection won't be limiting your performance anymore. It's diverse and scalable, so it can grow and change as your business grows and changes. And with a secure carrier-grade private network, you'll have all the reliability you need. Contact UPN today to learn more. Fast just got faster.
This is 365 Sports, powered by Sikkim365.com. Welcome to the Triple Option. Here's your host, Paul Catalina.
Welcome to the Triple Option.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading Alan is accusing me of being a Gator fan. I was in character. I don't know if people know the difference. I was not actually Bob Stoops. No. That whole time, I was not actually Bob Stoops. No, I honestly, and I would support the Gators if ISIS had a football team, like then I would root for the Gators. But then again, I'd be like, I think the refs are being a little too hard on ISIS. Yeah, dude. Let's keep this fair.
Hey, let's hear what they have to say.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know if that was necessarily roughing the passer.
I don't want to go. I don't want to continue this joke.
Yeah,
I want to move on from this bit.
Yeah. Look, if Russia gets a football team,
okay,
then I'll yeah. But what? They haven't figured that out yet, so I don't have to worry about it.
I think the Russian judge is making some really good points. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not worried about
shaving.
Yeah, oh man, there's nothing that makes me madder than FSU losing to Florida in anything. And they swept both them in Miami in baseball this year.
Yes, they did.
And oh my gosh, it is honestly those are the things that make me know I'm never going to do cocaine because cocaine can't be that good.
Yeah, the come down is
it can't be as good as in the third most popular sport sweeping your rivals. Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially the one that
third most popular sport isn't as good as the odds of cocaine. The third most popular college sport isn't as good as the thing that ruins lives.
Yeah, you should try cocaine. No. I will just remember the year in the regular season we swept Florida and Miami. Now look, if either of those
college baseball,
actually. Yeah, that to me that's my meth. That's it right there. So,
do you want to talk about your number one Texas A&M Aggies baseball team?
Dude, they're
really
quite good.
Anyway,
they're quite good, and they're so good that your Texas is probably about to fire their baseball coach, right?
Yeah.
David Pierce. So Texas is not up to Texas baseball standards, and number one on their list is Jim Schlossnagle. And that would I don't know. A&M needs to not drag their feet and make sure that doesn't happen. Right. But I don't think they will lose Schloss because they've given him everything he wanted so far. But they are kind of notorious about not doing it completely right when it comes to they keep coaches they shouldn't keep for too long, and then ones they should retain, they're just all right, well, we'll get to you. Okay,
you're winning. It's fine, but I mean, what about the women's basketball coach?
Yeah, they'll get to no, we're fine. You're good. So yeah, I don't think he'll go, but they're going to be open for business at Texas, I think, pretty soon because David Pierce has not reached the standard that the previous Cliff Gustafson or Augie Garrido set. So
hard to, but yeah.
Oh yes, very hard to. I wonder if they've wanted Troy Tulowitzki too last time around, right? We'll see if that happens.
Well, wasn't he a bench coach?
Yeah, but they wanted him to be the coach.
The coach?
Yeah. So, yeah. Then we'll see what happens with Texas and baseball. But, look, if Link Jarrett gets them to Omaha in year 2, FSU, I'll be over the moon. Over the moon. Especially since this is the year we lost Coach Martin. It would just be a pro. If they won the College World Series in the year that we lost Coach Martin, it would just be great.
Is that the all-time head coach for
Yeah,
FSU?
The all-time winningest college baseball coach ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Okay, it shows you how much I know.
Ever. And
I figured it was Augie Garrido, but
of those wins, Augie Garrido won a whole lot more in Omaha than Mike Martin did.
Yeah.
Mike Martin in Omaha was cursed. Cursed. 19 trips. No College World Series titles. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
It's
just.
Did you ever make it up to Omaha to watch them play?
I've not. No. No. My freshman year, they played Miami and lost in the final game, which was a double
in a 3-game series.
No, that was right before they did the 3-game series. Okay. I think. Might have been. I don't know, but they lost 9-8. A walk off.
No. It still hurts.
And here's the thing. I remember that vividly. When my wife says, remember we talked about this thing we're going to do 6 hours from now? I'm like, I remember you talking. There were words said. Some of them were about later. I only retained 30%.
I got to tell you, I remember the exact moment, date, and time and feeling of what it was like when Albert Pujols hit that walk-off home run against Brad Lidge.
Yes.
My wife yesterday was like, I have a doctor's appointment. I was like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Today, I was like, where are you going?
Like you were going to Pilates, right?
Yeah.
She's like, no, the doctor. Okay.
I'll have fun with that.
It's probably more fun than Pilates.
Yeah.
I'm the jokester. Yeah, no. I'm glad it's not just me.
It's not. It's every dude.
It's everybody.
I think it's cursed. I think it's a curse for every dude.
Do you ever like hear like she says something and you're like she's actually wrong about it, but you're confused and you don't correct her in the moment, so then it stops her being wrong about it? You're just like, oh well.
So you're all just wrong together.
I just assume she's right about it, and then like when I realize she's wrong, it's already 12 hours later. And now it's my fault. And it is. It's my fault for not correcting her in the moment because now her brain is shifted into, let's follow this path. And I'll be like, oh, no. I had plans today. She's like, well, you didn't say that last night. I was like, yeah, I was confused when you said that. But then
I forgot.
But then, I saw that the remote was still over here. And I moved it from over there to the remote caddy. And then I forgot about it.
I think all guys need Adderall.
Or
every guy.
Or it'd be like, oh, well, what, like you said something, you were confused, and then you kind of let it go. And they're like, yeah, I just thought about how cool it would be if Roger Clemens was still pitching. I don't know. They're like, well, I mean, is that really a thing you need to worry about? No, but the thought popped in my head, so I gave it.
You remember when he pitched for Toronto and they he won 25 games and they didn't make the playoffs? Mm-hmm. Twice. He won the 2 Cy Youngs. They didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah. But
anyway.
But yeah, no, I think that what was we were talking about? I've already forgotten now.
Yeah,
we were talking about
college baseball.
But yeah, no, it was painful. So no, I haven't. But yes, let's talk about Jeremy Roach because I got distracted. I was thinking about a conversation I had with my wife, and I got distracted as if I was. It was like a full circle moment.
His mind is like a lazy Susan. If you just give it, it'll like come back around.
Yeah, no, it does. I'm telling you, and like most of the people on the chat are married, it's you know, the
solution is that we just pay attention to our wives. But like, dude, sometimes, what are we saying? And she doesn't listen. By the way, your wife or significant other doesn't listen to anything that you're saying either. Mm-hmm. Just letting you know.
Yeah.
Because as much as, I remembered that.
No, she listens. She just doesn't care. It does not matter.
Yeah, it's insignificant.
It does not matter.
Whatever else is going on.
Hey, I don't like this kind of mayonnaise. Oh, okay.
I guess I'll deal with that on my own. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I'll sit in silence with that one.
Yeah. Why do we have 2 mayonnaises? Well, I don't like the one that you like. Well, I'm throwing yours away because it's taking too much space. Okay. Good deal. Fine. So, anyway, to Jeremy Roach. Your thoughts on Jeremy Roach of Duke joining Baylor. This is
it's a trend for Scott Drew.
It's a trend. But he's a legit 5-tool player. Yeah. To steal a baseball term. Like, this is not just a guy who's a 3-point assassin or a scorer. He plays really good defense. He is a brilliant passer. Mm-hmm. A brilliant passer and distributor of the basketball. He's a veteran. It's a presence they haven't quite had since James Akinjo. And, that's only been a couple years, but really I think he solidifies, especially he lets Jaden Nunn continue to play the role that he's really good at.
Off guard, yeah.
Yeah, off guard. And then you've got, VJ Edgecombe and these other guys like Langston Love at the guard position that can kind of stay and do what they do. Mm-hmm. VJ Edgecombe can just be like, all right, go be the super athletic superstar.
He'd be a slasher wing 3 guy that they probably need him to be. Yeah. Isn't he like 6'7"?
Yeah. So, and then they do need to rope in some guys down low. But that'll happen, especially now with Jeremy Roach. That's going to get guys in the door. When you got a veteran presence like that, that to me changes the dynamic in the Big 12 quite a bit because even without getting Jeremy Roach, like, I know they were going to be really good next year, but getting that guy there really solidifies them because Kansas is restocked, man. They are restocked, and Houston is restocked.
They hit the transfer portal better than anybody.
Well, and the thing is that everybody was essentially when that Kansas season ended, and of course all the coaches knew around the league, like, this is not going to last long. This whole, like, we can go in and catch them in a weak moment, like, no, that's not going to last long.
Houston did it. Credit to them. Baylor couldn't overcome it. But
yeah.
So my thoughts on Jeremy Roach is that you get a pure distributor of the basketball. Granted, people are going to look at his stats and be like, okay, well, he averaged 14 points and only like 3 assists.
Yeah.
But he fits the mold of guy who can get the ball to people. You just need a dude that can get the ball to people.
Especially if you watch how he's usually the guy that makes the first pass.
Yeah.
But he's a really brilliant passer. I mean, like, he's very skilled at it.
It will be in the same mold of guard that comes here and all of a sudden is like 5th in the nation in assists.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is due to Drew playing these guys that he trusts, these older point guards, massive minutes, and the usage just goes up for these guys. Not saying like his usage wasn't huge at Duke, but like it kind of skyrockets for these guards whenever they come here, like it did for I'm blanking on the guy from last year. I don't know why he was
Ray J. Dennis.
Huh?
Ray J. Dennis.
Yeah, like it did for Ray J. Like all of a sudden, Ray J. he hadn't averaged that many assists in his entire playing career. Now he was averaging 8 assists a game and getting looks at actual point guard for the NBA. Now I don't know if he'll be a 2nd round draft pick or if he'll get a contract somewhere. I think just because due to he can run an offense now, and what the NBA is in desperate need of is just dudes that can run an offense. Just people that can get you into, because everybody's now sort of this combo guard thing, and it's like why Keontae George averaged a bunch of assists for Utah this year. They just needed somebody that could like handle the basketball and get them in. Like Keontae George is a shooting guard. He's not really a point guard if all things are going well, but they just needed somebody that the NBA, for some reason, is in desperate need of people that can just get you into the flow of what you're supposed to do offensively. That's why Fred VanVleet was so good for the Rockets, like so vital for the Rockets this year. They just needed a guy that could handle the ball. That being said, with Jeremy Roach, I think you get that in a 5th-year senior. My thing that I like about him is his shooting percentages have gone up every single year from 3, and that will go a long way. I don't think he's going to shoot 42% from 3 again next year, just because his volume will also probably go up from that range as well too. But no, I think it allows you not to have to find a solution from the 3 of Myra Little, Langston Love, and Jaden Nunn, who aren't, I don't think, pure point guards at their heart. A lot of them are sort of the combo guard mold. But I think it'll allow you to continue that 3-guard lineup that you've seen that they've been so successful with and what they won the national championship with. If you then move Langston into the starting lineup, which I think he deserves at this point of his career. He's been here for 5 years.
Yeah.
So I think he deserves at that point. And so then you have 3 really tough, hard-nosed defenders too, which is something that you were kind of lacking for all of. Ray J was like an active defender, but he would kind of get lost behind screens and stuff like that. If you have Jaden Nunn, Langston Love, and Jeremy Roach in your grill the entire time, it's going to do wonders for you, especially when you play somebody like Houston, who's throwing those 3 hard-nosed guards at you as well too.
Yeah.
So, yes, they have to figure out what they're going to do on the back end. I still believe in Josh Ojonluna as a prospect. Just toolsy at most, athletic, 6'11". You need big guys like that can just go and catch lobs in this offense, and I think he fits that mold that you've seen before. Now, there was a reason that a freshman was starting over him last year. He was going to be a top 20 draft pick, but I think if you can plug and play him in there, he provides you with some defense and lob threat on the back end, which is all really you need, unless they get that center from was it Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not leaning Baylor right now.
Okay. So that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like the idea of continuing to bring in these guards. I wish that he had one more year of eligibility. I like that that they brought in Jaden Nunn that had one more year of eligibility, because I think while they can coach him up where it will click, it doesn't really click it feels like it doesn't really click until like midway through the season with these fifth year transfer guys. So we'll see. I have to see if he adjusts quicker than say like Ray J and Akinjo was good, but like he adjusts faster when he doesn't have a full year in this offense.
Yeah. All right, let's do about 5 minutes of quick rapid fire college football transfer portal stuff here, and then we'll talk about the NFL draft, which is 2 glorious days away. I love the NFL draft. I love it. It's amazing how mundane it really is, because it's just a dude reading a card and then like other dudes being like, oh, that was a great name on the card. Here's a video of the guy.
Oh, this doesn't fit their scheme at all. Meanwhile, he hadn't played in their scheme.
Yeah, so I only really like criticize what are stupid moves in the draft, which like everybody knows is like, this was not a good idea. Yeah. But other than that, like, you don't know. Like, if you've ever watched,
people booed J.J. Watt.
Yeah. Like, if you ever watch the Brady Six, you know that like this is the least exact science in the world. Mm-hmm. It's total alchemy. It really is.
Nobody knows what they're doing, and you get lucky 1 out of every 5 drafts where you draft like a Hall of Fame class, and that allows you to talk mad trash for the rest of your careers. I drafted C.J. Stroud on accident.
Yeah. No, we were kind of. Well, actually, part of us, we were kind of hoping that Bryce Young fell, and then when he didn't, we just said, okay, C.J. Stroud. Yeah. Half the room thought that this would be great. It would be terrible. But so Penny Boone, down to 2 schools, Garrett.
Where's your man going?
Georgia or Kentucky? So Penny Boone is going to Georgia. No, I don't know. He might go to Kentucky.
I need to get on the field faster at Kentucky. That's the only reason I would say that.
They're trying to pair him with Trevor Etienne.
Okay, yeah.
So like they'll have kind of the thunder and lightning deal.
Okay. Is he gonna play the start of the season?
Probably not. I mean, but I doubt
that would be another reason to get Boone in.
Right.
Yeah. I also promise you that whatever suspension for Etienne will not be up to what everybody who doesn't like Georgia wants it to be. Like, it won't be. He literally got to Athens and started speeding. I mean, what is going on?
Fit in, man. You got to fit in.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Fit in.
But okay, Garrett. Yesterday we said Texas has not lost a single player that they care about to the portal yet. That ended today.
Okay.
And look, if you only lose 1, that's still not a big deal. But Terrence Brooks started 13 games for them at cornerback last year, is now in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
So Terrence Brooks on his way out the door. Not sure where he's looking just yet because he just announced, but he was a former 5-star recruit and key contributor last year. Honorable mention, all Big 12 honors, played in 14, made 13 starts, 20 tackles, 6 pass breakups, 3 interceptions. So, I mean, this is a good play. Like, this is not, this isn't Rod Woodson in the portal, but he's a good player. He's a good player, and this is a first loss. They're going to have to find somebody to start across from Malik Muhammad on that other side. We'll see now. Maybe the heat turned up on Tacario Davis from Arizona since Jerry Naron, that's the former baseball coach. But since the co-DC there at Texas has that connection to Arizona, he already got one.
He brought over the defensive lineman.
In Norton, and so we'll see what happens there.
I mean, they fill it's not a cornerback spot, but they bring in Andrew Makuba, I believe.
Yeah, he's a safety. Yeah. But I would think that they would want Jahdae Barron and Andrew Makuba
probably
back there next to each other, although Jahdae Barron could slot up the corner very easily. He's a very good player. But Andrew Makuba and Jahdae Barron back there means I don't really want to throw the ball deep all that often or be a receiver and run deep because those guys will slice you in half.
Yeah.
Here's one I know Garrett's probably not too upset about. John Emery Jr., grad transfer in the portal at LSU.
Tell us how you really feel.
Okay, I'm going to throw this out. Dylan Edwards.
Out in a heartbeat.
It just seems like
I don't know if LSU needs some drastic help in their running back room.
But look, LSU's a great place for running backs to go.
It was.
Brian Kelly has not hit on that yet.
No.
But if he can rope in Dylan Edwards, then maybe that changes.
Yeah, I think that would be good for this year. I feel like LSU and Brian Kelly, they're banking on that 2025 class to hit, especially with bringing Caden Durham in from Duncanville to play your running back position. I think Ella Edwards would be an interesting fit there, especially with the lack of depth LSU has. I think his explosion would fit well in that offense as well. I just don't know if, as much as they're going to pass the ball this year, which kind of become their bread and butter, is Edwards going to be able to step up and block those people blitzing those big defensive ends in the SEC? That's where I'd kind of be hesitant with him. But that would be my only concern, really.
Yeah, they need depth. Logan Diggs also transferred to Ole Miss. So,
but they running back wise, no one there was no one in that room where that was the boss
stud.
of the room.
No,
they have not had that for a while. So I'm going to say I think Brian Kelly needs to do the full court press on Dylan Edwards.
Can we talk about Baylor for a second?
Sure.
I know this is a Baylor-centric show or whatever. I mean,
look, we're here for your emotions.
This is disingenuous a little bit, but do they have a wide receiver now that's over 6'2"?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
They have one wide receiver that is over 6'2".
Josh Cameron's probably over 6'2", right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Keatron, maybe.
Keatron is what I'm saying. And they got tight ends that'll split out, I'm sure, that are, Polly, I believe, is,
Hawkins,
Hawkins Polly. Yeah, he's he's over 6'3". Mm-hmm. A lot of the guys that are there's 5'10", slot receiver guys, and this is supposed to be a wide open, pass happy offense. Now all of a sudden,
Kloffenstein, Trigg, and Kelsey are all that way.
Yeah,
above 6.
Yeah, so
you got to hold on to your 4-star prospects, man.
Or no, here's what I'm telling you.
Sure about the receivers?
Your 4-star prospects. I think that there is and
Armani.
this is
Armani was a bust.
But didn't do anything. He's a bust.
Yeah,
get him out. Here's the thing. I know that's harsh to say, but look, this Baylor coaching staff has been very, very, very bad at finding wide receivers. Mm-hmm. Which is amazing to me because I do think it is the easiest position to find in modern football.
You can walk down the road to La Vega and find one.
Look, I get if you're not finding offensive and defensive linemen.
The La Vega
quarterbacks,
2 miles that way.
Quarterbacks,
dude, they can't get nobody from Conley.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
But wide receiver, literally in the offenses they run in college, you can find productive guys. Mm-hmm. They have not found them.
Nope.
And it is mind-boggling.
Part of it is also having enough time to throw the ball to the people down the field. But also,
even when they have, they've just not been very
I don't
good
know.
at
All the wide receivers transferring gives me pause. But then I know this isn't transferred, but this is recruiting, and we don't talk a lot about recruiting. When is Baylor going to stop losing 4-star quarterback prospects to other schools?
Never.
Okay, cool.
Good.
Never. Okay, good. Yeah, that's fine.
Very
fine and good. It's very cool and good actually to lose 4-star prospects to other schools and especially rival schools. Nobody will actually come out and say that, but it's actually a good thing.
It happens to everybody.
No, yeah, it's actually a very good and normal thing in your coaching tenure to lose top quarterback prospects, multiple, to other schools that when they have been signed to your school for multiple years. Very normal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, when we come back, let's talk a little NBA or NFL draft, not NBA draft. We're still way away from that. We're barely even started the playoffs.
Lottery.
We have barely even started the playoffs. So hope the Spurs get it again and see if they can get somebody for Wemby. But that
generational prospect, 22-60, baby.
Well,
he's really good.
He was just hating. He was worth all 22 of those wins.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I don't think in the games he missed. I think they maybe won 2 of them.
Oh, man,
but yeah, he was good for 20.
Let's not give this generational prospect a point guard that can get him the ball. Speaking of people that need to initiate offense, anyway.
Thank you. Yes. All right, when we come back, just a little NFL draft. This is the Triple Option on 365 Sports.
If your business is like most, you need things done quickly. But if you're still tying your critical applications together on multiple shared public networks, you've probably been feeling a slowdown. And that's no good for business. A private UPN fiber network can get you and your business moving at the speed of light. Whatever you need, we can build it. Internet, Metro Ethernet, Waves, dark fiber. We deliver custom private networks and are focused on business customers only. Our next generation 100% fiber optic infrastructure offers you low latency and ultra scalable bandwidth with speeds up to 100 gigabit to run your critical applications. Your connection won't be limiting your performance anymore. It's diverse and scalable, so it can grow and change as your business grows and changes. And with a secure carrier-grade private network, you'll have all the reliability you need. Contact UPN today to learn more. Fast just got faster.
This is 365 Sports, powered by Sikkim365.com. Welcome to the Triple Option. Here's your host, Paul Catalina.
Welcome back. Just a little of NFL draft today. By the way, Garrett, I looked up running backs for LSU, and you know who might be worth a call is Alton McCaskill. Although,
dude, I don't understand.
I don't know how Houston bricked on that guy because he looked like Adrian Peterson reincarnated.
I personally, and I could be totally wrong on this, and if I am, whatever. The situation with how his dad got involved after the move from Colorado, and if you look at that move, he was at Houston. He was happy to be at Houston. Went through full spring practice. Dana Holgorsen was expecting him to be back, and then he went to his office in tears. Like, I don't know if that was my personal opinion. I don't necessarily believe that was Alton's decision himself. I could be wrong on that, but that's my belief.
Okay. All right. We're going to play a game for the NFL draft today. We're going to play who's your favorite wide receiver in order, because this is a very good wide receiver draft.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. Maybe one of the best as far as not just like potential, like where people look at, like, to me, that's A.D. Mitchell is more potential than production, but I don't think that's necessarily all on him. But and I do like him. He's one of the guys I like in the draft. Like, especially late in the first round, if you put him on a team that's already good and he's not necessarily the number one target. Like, for example, if he winds up with the Chiefs once Rashee Rice comes back, that's going to be a kind of a lethal combination because Rashee Rice is going to get suspended.
Yeah,
he's going to get.
He's got to.
He's going to get suspended.
What did he do?
But okay. Let's start with Garrett. I know who you're going to say, but who's your favorite wide receiver? And here's the other thing.
You
can't pick the same guy.
My favorite receiver in this draft is Rome Odunze.
Hands
down.
Damn it.
Yeah. Hands down.
Yeah.
He's big.
I was going to be the contrarian.
Yeah, I mean, he's big. He makes all the catches. He can go up. He's smooth with his routes. I love Rome Odunze.
Yeah. I knew that's what you were going to say, and I wanted you to be able to have that. So now we go to, it's not Rome Odunze, to Royden Ogletree. Who's your favorite wide receiver?
Look, it's the guy that's been the best wide receiver in college football for like 4 years, even when he wasn't playing. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
Look, he has all the same abilities as his dad, and he's 6'3", 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
He's bigger. He's bigger.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's great. Thank you very much. I'll take that every single day. There's this contrarian view that if his name was like Bill Harrison Jr., that he wouldn't be drafted as high as he's going to be drafted, and that is BS because he is just unbelievable at running routes and catching the football.
He was good for a couple Ohio State wins this year, where he was kind of the X factor of their scoring. The Notre Dame game alone, he made a couple of huge plays, even though he wasn't a major factor in that game like you would have thought.
And wasn't he a little dinged up this year?
Yeah, a little dinged up. So
yeah, this whole contrarian argument that he's not wanting to do these workouts for us that we need on tape. Yeah. It's all on tape, brother. It's all at Ohio State.
All right, so At the end of round one of who's your favorite wide receiver, I will take, to irritate Garrett, I will take Malik Neighbors.
It's not a bad pick.
No.
I like Malik.
Yeah,
man, he's not Rome in my opinion.
No. And look, but yeah, I like Malik Neighbors. I think that there are some scouts that like him over Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't like either of them. Look, I think we're all in agreement. Garrett's got the guy who's the smoothest.
I feel like
all the way around. But I like Malik Neighbors too. I think he's really good. As long as he's not playing against Ronaldo Green, he's going to be fine.
Basically, the thought is that Malik Neighbors is like his ceiling can be higher than all of these guys, but like his floor could be completely low. The problem but Marvin Harrison Jr., the reason that he's going to go draft so high, his floor is already like potential Pro Bowl guy. Like his floor is like AJ Green.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's going to have 1,000 yards every year unless he gets hurt. Yeah. Just is what it is.
Yeah. All right. So I guess that would be back to me again in Snake Draft in the game of who's your favorite wide receiver. I'm going to stay with the LSU Tigers. And I'm going to take Brian Thomas Jr., a guy who is kind of that perfect little first down machine. I think that's what he's going to be. Good in the red zone. I'm going to take Brian Thomas Jr. So go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
I'm going Brian Thomas Jr. I think that a team like the Eagles would be really good for him. I think the Cowboys would be really good for him late in the first round. I think the Bucks would be really good for him, especially like him with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and then you've got him. Like that's going to help them get a lot of first downs. And the Chiefs would be really good at the Chiefs too. So
I wish he would go to the Bills.
The Bills also
moonball all day.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's a player. I think he's kind of a plug and play, at least effective rookie wide receiver year one because he does little things well. Like he may not be Justin Jefferson year one, but he's going to be very good. Royden, back to you.
Xavier Legette.
Oh, see, there's one I like.
6'3", 227 pounds. He's a tight end running down the field, but apparently he has like one of the best catch radiuses and catch abilities in the draft. The ball hits his hands and just sticks.
Yes.
Give me that guy. That seems sick.
Yeah. Garrett, to you.
Oh, man. All right, so I'm going to catch hell from people like Paxton and them. I'm not touching A.D. Mitchell, and I'm not touching Worthy right here.
No.
I'm going with a flyer. Give me Ricky Pearsall.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Give me Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah, Mr. Sticky Hands. I mean, the dude can catch everything.
Yes.
Everything. And you get him, like, there's like a fear in my brain that he winds up with a good quarterback on a team that's already really good, and then Ricky Pearsall is just a stud right away because he doesn't drop passes.
Dude, put him with the Chiefs, it's over.
Yeah, exactly. Ricky
Pearsall.
Pearsall.
Like all-time bad tattoos.
He might.
He looks like a guy that would have some bad tattoos.
I think he has all-time bad tattoos.
He spent time in Arizona and Gainesville. Like
there's going to be some bad tattoos.
There's going to be some bad tattoos.
Yeah, he has like he has like a poker table on his arm, but like not the right amount of cards.
that seems right.
Anyway, there you go. How many cards in a deck? Gainesville, Florida. I don't know, like 1,000. There's a lot. I've seen them on the floor.
It has to be more than 100. It is no more or less than 100.
It's somewhere between 100 and 1,000. Like somewhere in there, it's nebulous. All right, Garrett, your next one after Ricky Pearsall.
All right, so let me get some redemption here and give me Xavier Worthy. Just take the top off.
Xavier Worthy, there you go.
Are you worried about him like running so fast that he eventually catches wind and flies away?
I'm worried about him figuring out how to catch the ball consistently.
That's fair.
That's my thing.
Let's see. I'm so scared of like Adonai Mitchell and these guys just because it's like I just haven't seen them do it.
Yeah.
Like do something. Mm-hmm. So to that end, I'm taking Jalen Polk.
Jalen Polk. Okay. Excellent. Another great Washington wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, they had so many weapons for him to throw to in that offense that it feels like an embarrassment of riches. So it's like, which one of these guys? We all know Roman Dunze, but it's like, which one of McMillan or Polk is going to be the guy? I'm going to take the guy that's a little bit bigger, still runs the same.
Yeah.
I'll go with Polk.
All right. So for my last two here, because we're almost out of time, I'm going to take my son, Keon Coleman.
I was waiting.
Keon Coleman. Look, I don't he didn't run the greatest 40 time and whatever, but I'm going to go with the okay, good luck with that. Like, you're like, oh yeah, he's a little bit slower. All right, good deal. He can jump on top of your shoulders. So I'm not worried about that.
He said he jumps and he keeps going up.
Yeah.
Like he's just like,
he
just keeps
He doesn't
going.
need a whole hand to catch the ball.
Yeah.
So if he played with fireworks like Jason Pierre-Paul did, he'd still be all right. Like that. Like he's fine. He's going to be really good. He's going to score a lot of touchdowns for somebody, provided he goes to a place that has a quarterback that can walk and chew gum.
Yeah.
And then my last pick will be Deebo Samuel, the sequel, in Malachi Corley of Western Kentucky. He can do a lot of things. And
it's a tank, 5'11", 210.
Yeah, he's one of those dudes you can line him up and run the kind of stuff in the backfield like you do with Deebo. Yards after catch guy. Love Malachi Corley. Sorry to the chat that you did not get A.D. Mitchell in this. He probably would have been somebody's next pick, but we are out of time. So
yeah. To that end, we're not mentioning also the guy that's all better than all those guys. Lad McConkey is actually going to be really good.
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you, here are guys I think that are going to be really good. Lad McConkey. Luke McCaffrey, and there's one more. Really, I think I like A.D. Mitchell. I think he's going to be fine. And then Jalen McMillan from Washington, I think will also be pretty good. So those are guys
there's a lot of guys that I think in this draft that are. I mean, we're going long, but there's a lot of guys in this draft that I think it's they're not going to be 1,000-yard receivers, but you're going to be looking at them on the waiver wire he can give me 100 yards today, in fantasy football.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is all we care about, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, that's going to do it for us. This is the Triple Option on 365 Sports. Carl Reed, former coach, interesting guy, is going to be on with us today. Also, John McClain was not with us last week. He's a little under the weather, but he's back on top of his game and ready to talk to us before the NFL draft. That and much more coming up in an hour. We'll see you then. This is 365 Sports.
If your business is like most, you need things done quickly. But if you're still tying your critical applications together on multiple shared public networks, you've probably been feeling the slowdown. And that's no good for business. A private UPN fiber network can get you and your business moving at the